Welcome to the weekly grab bag for the week of the 9th of July 2023. We didn't do one of these last week because all that really came in was Peacemaker issues 3 and Orimiya number 9 that we found at a store. So it was a fairly uneventful week. Yes, I did get other comics from my son for his birthday, but those I will not count in these because, well, they're not my comics. There is in the end. So there's quite a few things that came in this week, not as much as some other weeks, but I've got a few funny find, and we've got an awful picture of Warblade and Pike here in the middle. This is really weird because the art in the recent Wildcats series is generally really good, but this particular image there, uh, it does look like early Image. Let's go with that. It's just not working. There's something really odd about it. So yes, this week was the return of Wildcats. Issue 9 came in. I mean, I'm up to date on that series, and I don't want or need to grab anything new from it. Everything that's easy to grab for Wildcats, I've basically rebuilt the collection as much as I could. I don't know. I might do more Wildcats in the future, either continue the review of the current run or grab one of the older run or a bit of the older run and do something on that. Magazine Spirou issue 4442 with Imbattable, their own superhero who has the power to go between panels and look at the next page. Funny little cartoon and comic superhero. This particular issue, I've read the start of it, and it has nice crossovers with Abathab going into other cartoons and other comics in the issue. So it's a bit of fun, and I like it when they do something like that in Magazine Spirou. Hopefully, it also ends the current run of Soda, which I might do a review on because it's actually a pretty fun book. Here are the two Night Terrors issues that I ordered in the current batch. I think I've got Titans as well coming in next week, I think. I am not getting the whole Night Terror list. I mean, it's as long as my arm. It doesn't look super interesting. I mean, out of those two comics, the Green Lantern one is actually pretty good because Al Jordan is actually doing, you know, superhero stuff and he's trying to fight the Night Terrors, while the Shazam one is a Mary Marvel story and Billy Batson's a bad guy. It gets a bit annoying, all that deconstruction. It's not terrible, neither of those are. The Green Lantern one is much better than the Shazam one, honestly. And there's a Sinestro story as well in the Green Lantern one. I'm not sure if it's part of Night Terrors or just the current Sinestro. Kind of interesting, kind of not. I'm never been a huge fan of Sinestro as a character. He works really well as a villain. They always keep trying to bring him back as a anti-hero. Unexpected Night Terrors, I did grab those off the rack. Ravager, because she's in the current Stormwatch stories. I'll just be interested in seeing where she goes. I haven't read it yet. I've grabbed those yesterday evening. I had other things to do in the evening. And Night Terrors, the Joker, which is funny. It's a pretty good overall little story. It's by Rosenberg, the same guy who did Wildcats. And he seems to know, or she seems to know. I haven't checked. I'm pretty sure it's a guy. How to write proper superhero stories and characters. You have a callback to Wildcats in it by talking about Halo Corporation, but it's a tested story element where the Joker becomes a worker at Wayne Enterprises rather than remaining a supervillain because they've killed Batman. It's not terrible. It's not great either. I mean, it's a gag we've already seen in things like Brave and the Bold, but it's well explored in this case. So I'm happy with having grabbed that particular book, and I'll try to grab Joker issues 2, Ravager. It'll depend on if the book is any good. Thrift stores are awesome when you're looking for comics because every once in a while you get lucky and you find a collection in the rack or anywhere else, especially with Franco-Belgian comics, since they're all or mostly all art covers, they remain in very good condition for an extended period of time. Of course, if you're grabbing old Lucky Luke, old Tintin, you might be in a rough spot because of how many kids have gone through them. But thrift stores are a good source of comics every once in a while. And in this case, what I've managed to find is HK, which is a very weird French comic from the 90s and early 2000. Basically, Glénat had published Akira. It was a huge success. They were making money and over fist with that, and they wanted their own kind of a super comic like that. So they approached the author of HK to do it. Well, he approached them originally with an idea which was based off a role playing game he had built up. It was kind of nice. They decided to give him a chance. They published the first story of HK as a manga style, big books, smaller format, just like their Akira books. It worked fairly well. So after a little while, they converted that to a regular Franco-Belgian format, a little bit bigger books, hardcovers, less pages in each books. The unfortunate event here is that the first story was complete. One issues in hardcover is issues 1 through 5. There was a second story that was started but never finished. The author had actually an idea all the way to 3 full cycles, probably of 5 books each. Would have been great, but he hasn't been able to publish or move units. It's a bit of a weird book overall, especially when you look at the sales. It starts in the hundred thousands for issue 1, down to about 5,000 for issue 5. So there's a big discrepancy in the sales here. The art is great. The story is pretty good. And it does have that manga style to it, a bit of an American style to it, and that Franco Belgian aesthetics to it. So it's a very, very nice fusion comic overall. Issues 1, issues 2, and issues 3 here. I know some people will enjoy issues 3 cover a lot. And here are issue 1.4. I do not have 1.5. If I really enjoy the story, I'll have to get it. It's not really easy because issue 5, 1.5, was not published in huge amounts, but it's still publishable. Basically, you can buy it off Glénat, and it's not going to be print by request, basically, but they have either some available or they do a reprint run every once in a while. And I have issue 2.1, which was technically the last issue published. So my plans for this week: on this evening around 5 EST, I'll be with Miss 1776 on a show about conspiracy theories. People who know me know that I like conspiracy theories, but I have my limitation and restrictions with them. I have rules for conspiracy theories. On Tuesday, I will drop a Franco-Belgian review. I'm not sure which one yet. I've put up a poll on Twitter. So if you have a Twitter account or if you want to vote, go to Twitter on my Twitter. Vote for what you want. Right now, it's, well, not many votes, but have got a vote for almost each of the issues that I'm wanting to review. So you can go and vote there. For Friday, I think I will put up City Boy issues 2. I've committed to reviewing it, and from what I see and what I look on, nobody's talking about this book. Kind of expected in a way, but a bit unfortunate. It's probably one of the better books in that We Are Legend initiative. Never mind. We'll see how it goes. So I thank you very much for listening to me today. I thank you very much for taking your time. Keep on reading comics. Keep on enjoying them. I'll keep reviewing them and analyzing them. And I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.